Welcome to this very special edition of Kababayan Today. I am your guest host, Rembrandt Sabeles, joined by my beautiful co-host, Miss Ivy Tevez.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
You guys are in for a treat today. We have the comedians from the Filipino Comedy Tour here today. You may have seen this gentleman on Comedy Central, as well as live at Gotham, Mr. Kevin Camia.
Hey, what's happening?
We also have the creator and the host of Full Throttle Comedy here in Los Angeles, California, Mr. Michael Q.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
Good.
Excited. So tell us what's going on this whole Filipino Comedy Tour.
It's really big, you know, it's blowing up right now. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We're going to be in San Diego, we're going to be in Cerritos, we're going to be traveling all over. It's a big event, we're excited about it.
Gotcha. How did you guys end up on this tour? You know, tell us a little bit about it.
You called us. We actually, you know, if you're a Filipino comedian out there, you know everybody, and you met Ron and some other guys that are on the tour, and you know, you brought us all together, man.
It's a great thing too because you know, especially in the community, a lot of the Filipino comics out there, they're known but not as known as they should be. So it's good to bring us all together and to take us around and to show the different communities out there, Filipino community, that hey, these are your comics. You know, come support them, and they could see what we're doing as far as the you know, the live entertainment is.
I actually came to the show. Thanks for the invite, by the way, Ram.
And, I'm sure you got charged.
I was really excited to meet you both because you were outstanding. I just could not stop laughing for about 2 hours straight. So seeing the Filipino supporters and just how great you were there, that was fantastic.
Well,
I applaud you for that.
We definitely recognized you in the audience too. I don't know about that, but I had my eyes. Don't worry.
Thank you.
They're locked. Yeah.
You know, I see myself in the screen here. I think I'm here just to make you look more handsome.
Well, thank you.
They should have put like a tree between us or a bush or something.
So tell us a little bit about yourselves as far as how did you guys get into the industry?
Well, I started comedy like 7-8 years ago.
Okay.
I started in New York, just doing open mics. Always wanted to be a stand-up, loved comedy, and I moved over into LA, and then started here in the local club scene, and just developed that way. Now I tour around everywhere.
Yeah, I've been doing comedy for about 13 years, and I first got on stage because I saw my first Filipino comedian.
Who was that?
That was Alan Manalo.
Okay.
So there was Alan Manalo and there was Rex, and we all went to the same college, Rex Navarrete. And I saw those guys, and I was like, man, I want to do that. So then I started hanging out with those guys. They kind of took me under their wing a little bit, and then that's pretty much it. I moved to Los Angeles about a year and a half ago, trying to make it happen.
One day at a time.
Is there any comics, whether it's Filipino or whatever, that you guys look up to, that those are your mentors? I know that you mentioned Rex and Alan.
Yeah.
Is there anyone specific that helped you get along the way?
You know, I'm such a fan of high energy comedy. Like I love the Pablo Franciscos and Jim Brewers out there. You know, those are just bringing that big energy to the stage. I feel like you can't, that when you give the audience energy, they give it right back to you. So you know, those are some of the guys that I've always looked at, you know, aspired to be like.
Yeah, I would say like probably top 3 comics right now. Probably Chappelle for sure. Then you got Louis C.K. and Bill Burr. Those are kind of my guys.
All right.
Yeah.
So being a comic, we heard it's like actually the hardest thing ever because, you know, it's more improv,
I think
live.
it's a misconception. It's actually just we're making stuff up. Let's be honest. I'm making stuff up.
Do you come up with your materials way before that, or do you feed on like the energy of the audience and play it with them, kind of thing?
Well, we always have our sets of material that we've been trying to hone, but then, you know, when you're at the show, a lot of improvisation does come up too, and sometimes that's where the best gems happen. But everybody has a different process. Like, I don't know what Kevin's process is.
I mean, it's just pretty much open mic stuff, try out material. Sometimes it takes a long time to get a good chunk of material. It doesn't, you know, it could take months and months to get it real tight. That's what I do.
Now, do you guys have any like heckling stories? Because I think that, like, you know, myself just getting into comedy now, and you guys have been helping along the way. Luckily, I haven't been heckled yet, but I'm dreading it. So do you guys have any stories that you guys remember with the heckling, and how did you handle it?
Okay, I've got a horror story of comedy. Okay, one of the first big gigs I ever did I was doing a big college right out in Miami.
Yeah.
And for me, it was huge. It was a great. They're flying me out there. I'm going to be opening over here at the University of Miami. Huge event, right? The guy that was headlining, his plane was delayed.
Oh, no.
So I was originally only supposed to do 10 minutes on stage.
Yeah.
I ended up being on stage for 40 minutes.
Oh, God.
Okay. I was 2 years into comedy. I didn't have 40 minutes of comedy. I had 15 minutes maybe tops. Okay. So minute number 16 rolls starts rolling around, 17 rolls around. Now the audience starts screaming. They're like, "Where's the headliner? What's this guy still doing on stage?" Yeah. So I just started getting berated by people yelling things at me, but at that time, all you have to do is just sit back and take it, and then that's really how you learn to give it back too. Because
Right.
I learned a lot of my chops that day of taking from heckler and being able to turn it right back around on them.
Beautiful,
awesome.
beautiful. Kevin, we're going to stay right there.
Yeah.
I know you were about to say something. Hold that thought. Guys, we will be right back with more Michael Q and Kevin Camia. Stay where you are. You're watching Kababayan Today.